Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. If you like skincare, makeup, beauty, or self-care in general, then welcome. Now, I do have opinions and occasionally will utter a vulgar word. So if that's going to offend you, you are free to find the exit here. Now, for all of the rest of you, today I want to talk about a moisturizer I wasn't real sure I was going to like, but bought it. And now I'm lusting after it again, and I'm really sad that I emptied the container. Now I'm going to preface this, that I watch James Welsh. If you have not seen James Welsh, he does skincare on YouTube, and I think he just hit 1 million subscribers in either December or January. And he has a lot of good information, goes into details, his experience. And though we are not the same age, nor do we have the same skin type all the time, he has really never led me to astray on product recommendations. So when he recommended this, I was like, I don't know, it sounds kind of weird, but it was on sale and I bought it last year, and I just actually finished it up recently. And that is the Glow Recipe Banana Souffle Moisture Cream. Let me see if I can get that closer and maybe you can see it. There we go. Anyway, as you can tell, this is very, very empty. And I'm very sad it's gone because this is not a cheap moisturizer. But I do want to talk about, before I get started, some of the ingredients that are standouts in this particular moisturizer. Now, it has, of course, glycerin, a skin identical ingredient moisturizer, humectant. It also has squalane, an emollient, also a skin identical ingredient. It has jojoba seed oil, which is an emollient. You have Centella asiatica extract. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I tend to have reactive or sensitive skin. I tend to buy a lot of things with Centella asiatica in it because it does help to calm and soothe the skin. This also has, and this is the first product I've ever bought with this particular ingredient, it is turmeric root extract. Now, it is also an antioxidant. It soothes. It's also good for skin brightening. I was not aware this ingredient was even in here. I went with this on the pure recommendation from James Welsh, and I will link his YouTube channel below. You should go, if you haven't, and watch him. He is a font of information. But I just went and tried it without looking at the ingredients, which is something I normally don't do because I have weird allergies, but I tried this one and I'm so glad I bought it. It also has, and I'm going to butcher this name, bisabolol, and it's a soothing ingredient as well, and it's part of chamomile, okay? It also has sodium hyaluronate. If y'all don't know what that is, it is another skin identical ingredient, moisturizer, humectant. You're going to see a lot of hyaluronic acid and that similar family of ingredients. You can actually buy serums just with that in it to help kind of hydrate, plump the skin, right? And then lastly, it has aloe vera leaf juice, which again is a soothing, moisturizing humectant. Now, the one thing that is interesting about this particular moisturizer is I don't like that it's in a jar. Okay, I don't like the jars. Now this is going, when I clean this out, and I'm going to show you here, it's almost empty. When I clean this out, I'm going to repurpose it for holding little things, probably screws or nuts or whatever, washers, random things I don't know what they are, and I just want to save them because it's a beautiful, the packaging is beautiful. I would prefer an airtight pump, even though they are not as earth friendly. But that also means that I'm not sticking my fingers in it all the time, but I also didn't do that. I used a spatula because the interesting thing about this particular moisturizer is it is almost like a thick pudding. Like when you take the spatula and dip it into the product, you can almost literally hold it upside down without it coming off. It is just thick. It holds its shape. It is the strangest texture and viscosity of a moisturizer that I've ever seen. And I was really worried when I initially put it on, but the minute you put it on, it just rubs right into your skin. I'm actually going, there's not very much. There are just scraps left in this bottle, but it's worth it. I'm going to scrape out what I can here, and we'll see. Of course, it doesn't have the nice pudding texture anymore because this is just what's on the outside, but I think I can show you how it kind of just dissolves into the skin. Let's see, do I have my finger there? Yeah, but I don't know how good that's going to be, but I mean, my hands are really dry. Gone, all of it, gone. It's amazing. I would rub this over every dry spot on my body if I could afford it. This is a beautiful product. Now, I can say it does have a fragrance, and it's supposed to be banana scented, and I can tell you, it kind of smells like, I hate to say this, banana pudding scented, but it almost completely dissipates. Like once you have it on your skin, maybe Laffy Taffy banana, maybe that is, yeah, definitely I think Laffy Taffy banana scented. But yeah, once you rub it in, like here, and I'm going to close this so the smell is away from me because I also am not a big fan of fragrance. Yeah, no scent whatsoever on my hand. Zero. Completely inert. But it works on my face. It did not burn my eyes. It moisturized, it hydrated, it made my skin so completely amazing. And I'm going to keep saying this, but I'm just upset that I'm out because I know that eventually I'm going to buy this again. I'm going to try and wait for a sale or a buy one, half one off, whatever. But I don't plan on buying anything else till the end of February, so we'll see how that goes. But again, with the fragrance, if you're sensitive to fragrance, you may not want to try it. But because it's not that strong, I am not entirely sure it would bother everybody. But again, don't throw caution to the wind. If you have a severe reaction to fragrance, I would avoid it. But if it's okay to have a little bit, it is worth, literally, if I paid full price, it is worth every penny that I spent on this moisturizer. And thank you, James Welsh, for suggesting it because you were 100% correct. Well, that being said, have any of you all tried this particular product from Glow Recipe? Have you tried any of the others? Let me know down below in the comments or what you thought of this particular moisturizer. Hit like if you enjoyed what you saw. You can always subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll know when I release a new video about either skincare or makeup or self-care. Who knows? Depending on the day, you never know what you're going to get. Here where I live, my room is very cold. You can see my breath. It's like I'm outside, but it is actually, I think, 2 degrees currently outside where I live, and it is freaking cold. And what is stuck in my craw today is that regardless of where I go, my poor dogs, of which I have 3, and they are all 10 years or older. The smallest is 35 pounds. The largest is 75. And they're not real excited about this cold weather. And I'm not real excited at having to take them out. But, you know, everybody poops. So we got to go. Anywho, I wish it were a little warmer, but I know we've probably got another week of this horrible, horrible weather where I live. So fingers crossed, all the streets are nothing but a sheet of ice because it's not getting warm enough to melt. But y'all be safe. Thanks. Sorry. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!